your breaks. Please don't follow the clock, it's late. And please do not litter. Stop. Your cooperation in the following these guidelines are appreciated. Now please stand for the club's mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce the meeting as open. Today's presiding officer is one whom all the guests know before stepping into the room. She is a software developer, and her in free time she likes to burn the kitchen by trying different recipes and calming herself down by doing meditation. Please welcome weekly membership Toastmaster Ruchi to the
Good evening.
Welcome to the 402nd meeting of Agnel TMC. With this, I will officially call the meeting to order. Let's have a big round of applause. How many of you like being welcomed, being heard, and being valued? Can you please raise your hands? Raise your hands. This is what Toastmasters is all about. And today we want our guests to feel truly special as it is an open house meeting. So here is a quick exercise. I want all our members, yes please. I want all our members to sit beside a guest. Yes, can you please raise your hands? Yes, I'll give you a few seconds just to shuffle. Where is it? Shall you sit beside the guest? Yes, few seconds. Yes. There are few guests sitting behind. Nobody will sit next to you. I want all our members to sit beside guests. Sit beside the guest. You have to go and sit beside the guest. I see few of the guests are sitting alone.
One guest can come here. Yeah, come please. Any other guest sitting alone?
Yes, sure.
Come sit here. Sit there.
It's okay. Now, instead of guests introducing themselves, I want our members to introduce the guest. So you have to share 3 things about your guest: their name, their hobbies, and their aspirations regarding Toastmasters. Just 3 things: their name, their hobbies, and their aspirations regarding Toastmasters. All the members have to tell about their respective guests. Wait, 30 seconds.
Agnel and she's inclined towards swimming. She wants to get more confident in public speaking, and that's why she's here. Welcome.
So are your father is from nice? You got whole family. Your wife should also be here.
Sitting with me is Anamika. She is an entrepreneur. She loves reading and traveling, and she is here to improve and polish her skill of learning and leadership.
You are the right place.
So me, I have Tyagras here, called AKA Tyagi. He's huge into hip hop, and he has confidently told me that he's not a stranger to Toastmasters, but he's here to kind of figure out if this place fits his vibe, and he's a fellow explorer like all of us.
Fits his wife or wife?
Vibe.
Welcome to the club. Kailash, you can introduce him. I'll give you some time. Yes.
So, sitting next to me is Arun Tiwari. So, he's working in IT company. And his hobby is like traveling and sleeping. And he is here, he is aspiring for speaking public, learning public skills. And that's it.
His hobby is just sleeping like this.
Sleeping person.
Oh, because
On
sleep
weekends,
is-
he sleep literally.
So, sitting beside me is Kaushik, who works in the education sector. His hobby is traveling, and he wants to improve his public speaking skills. That's why he's here.
You can travel with us to Melbourne. Baba, we have the next Melbourne meeting. You can travel with us. Meenakshi, we have to introduce the guest.
I saw 3 gifts here, that's why I came and sat over here.
You have to ask her name, her hobbies, her aspiration regarding Toastmasters. Which is?
So I have Trupti with me. She works in IBM and she's very health conscious. She is a yoga instructor and soon she is aspiring to be a leadership role in her professional life. So she is trying to join Toastmaster because she is thinking this platform will help her in his professional life also.
Actually, the same company.
I don't meet Sahib. He's a mixed martial artist. So be careful about him, the mixed martial artist. And he's coming in to improve his communication skills. Can you give a round of applause?
Happy to introduce a person who has been a former national youth footballer and hence who has broken his his legs a couple of times. I'll introduce his name later on because he says it's a girl's name. But he's here in Toastmasters to basically conquer stage fear. His name is Carol Sebastian.
Yes.
I'm happy to introduce Ramesh Garden. He is a freelance VFX artist. His hobby is reading about philosophy and he's here to learn about Buddhism.
Welcome.
Everyone, let's meet Rohit. Rohit is into banking sector. His hobbies are traveling and trying different courses, and he is here with Toastmasters to improve his communication and presentation.
Welcome. Meenakshi.
Yes. Hello everyone, please meet Rashmi. She's an engineer working with Nuclear Power Corporation of India. And whatever I asked her, your hobbies, your aspirations, she said, I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm presuming that she's here because in the figuring out phase of her life, she's figured out what Toastmasters is and that's why she's here. So please give her a huge round of applause.
Finish time.
Yeah, Kailash.
He loves music, reading books, and also playing guitar and cricket. He heard about this activity so many years back, and he wants to overcome his fear of public speaking, and refers to come here to listen.
So please show the paper on the
Yeah. Well, sir, will you please stand? We have a very special guest today. He is Dr. Rajesh Javare. He was a professor in Agnel and he is a chartered member of Agnel. He is coming back to Agnel after 10 years. And with him is his wife also attending as a guest. Now, can you just introduce yourself? Please. Yes, member introduce this.
Yeah, she is my wife, Rashmi. She is a civil engineer and not environmental engineering also. Presently, she is spending time with kids in cooking, hobby and cooking as a hobby. She also has done her teaching experience, teaching career for some time. She is on break now. She is looking for the opportunity. She also wishes to join the faculty.
He joined Toastmaster in 2012, and I saw him a very independent. Communication skill and thank you. He gives me opportunity to come here. Thank you.
That was wonderful, and thank you, our members, for being so many guests. You said the same. You can introduce yourself, sir. Just tell me your name, your hobbies, and your aspirations in your business. Yeah, it was very quick one.
So I'm Bhakti Akshay. I'm an Indian designer from Mumbai, and my hobbies are cooking. And I love watching TV, and I hardly get time to do that. That's it. Is that it?
Yeah. So that was wonderful. Toastmasters is all about building real strong bonds and real connections. And this is what we did today. So throughout the meeting, please help your guests with any queries and make them feel at home. Okay? You're with me? Everyone? So it's now time to welcome our area director. So let's welcome Toastmaster Kailash to the address.
Very warm good evening to all. I am seeing very new, energetic faces in this hot day. When I listen about their expectation for what they want to came here, so one common thing I observed, there is fear. Fear of speaking, communication. There is one quote in Sanskrit, Abhayam Sattva Sanshudhit, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyayastapa Archavam. Meaning, everybody feels that fear, but to overcome that, what to do? Srimad Bhagavad Gita quotes on that, this quotation. What we have to do? Jnana means we have to get knowledge. Dhamma means we have to control all our things, those forcing us to not be ready for that purpose. And how it is? Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. We have to choose correct place, correct process, so that we will get Vyavasthiti, right result for that. Right? And I welcome all the new guests here so that we will definitely enjoy this process. And with you all, Agnel Toastmaster Club members and ISCOM team is here. This club is definitely giving expected positive and supportive atmosphere with their experiences, and along with that you will observe those are please. So those good peoples, you will also inspire from them to become great, and those great people those are available here wants to become best, right? In that process, what you will learn here, you will observe that, and for that, what will happen? Chaitan Ji Sumati Nam, Yajnam Dadai Saraswati, this place will be the called as a Yajna, where we will all learn together. We will overcome all our hurdles, barriers, and jointly we will learn this process of leadership, you may call public speaking or good communication. This club definitely provide that expected results which you are anticipating here. I, as an area director, every day when sees that message in a WhatsApp group, there is a Saturday, it's tempted me always to take my vehicle and go to the washing, just to get that vibes here. And you will definitely feel that way. Every meeting when you will be the member, then you will feel that same, and you will learn during this your beautiful your voice of learning. And of course this club is demonstrating some good competencies, skills. In this process you will see that this club is not just a new club, it's reached up to, we last month celebrated 400 meeting. So you can understand the gravity, in-depth understanding of this platform. Apart from that, everybody is passionate about learning every day something new and demonstrating and practicing those skills in that meetings, so that we will see our best version every time in future. So with that, I wish all of you and ESCOM team of Agnel Toastmaster Club, and we have our division director also as a part of this club, and many senior faculties of Toastmaster available. Those are pillars here to guide all of you, and definitely we will achieve the expected skills during this journey. For that, I should say all the best to you, and all the best to Agnel Toastmaster Club as well. Thank you, and over to you, Mr. Raman.
Professional and co-founder of Ashwini, the financial planning consultancy. She is an economics educator by passion, a Toastmaster by interest, and a daughter, sister, and aunt by love. Let's have a visual applause for Toastmaster.
Come with me on a tour of Toastmasters, 100-year-old institution. No. I am not taking you around a dilapidated fort, a ruined mahal, or a city that is lost to mud, sand, and filth. I am not going to show you broken shapes which only archaeologists can make sense of. I am going to show you a lively, vibrant, alive institution, which has not just lasted, but evolved and remained meaningful for 100 years. Ready to go with me? Right.
a sandbox where you can come and learn. Do well, do bad, make mistakes, experiment. Nobody judges you. Not because we are all saints. We don't judge you because all the mistakes you've made, we've already made ourselves. And more. Hence, judging anyone new means judging ourselves. Hence, Toastmasters learn not to judge. This is a place where you get a community of people who are passionate about learning. At different stops in this tour, I will show you different facets of Toastmasters. Facet that teaches you to prepare and present. Facet that teaches you to be on your toes. Facet that teaches you to give feedback respectfully, nicely, without making an enemy out of people. A facet that teaches you leadership. A facet that teaches you that there's someone always with you on your journey. And finally, a facet which always pushes you to go from good to great to ninja and then give back to the community. Full circle, full tour. Ready to go?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Ready to go? Yes. No, there are people in the room. Yes. We're ready to go. Yes, sir? Please. Thank you. Before I go ahead, I have a team. A team of people who will be performing different functions so everybody who comes on stage gets comprehensive evaluation. Yes? The first thing that we have to remember in life is time, of course. And hence, we start with a person who's a sound engineer and a DJ master. Wow. And someone who's also a student of Agnel Polytechnic College. Our timer for today. I am going to request Toastmaster Sushrut to come on stage to introduce himself and his group.
Good evening. My name is Sushrut and I am the timer of the day. As per my duty, I have to time the project prepared speech, evaluation and table topics. So I will be showing green card at minimum qualifying time, yellow card at midpoint of the time, and red card at maximum qualifying time. And everyone, the prepared speakers and evaluators, they have 30 seconds before grace time, before the minimum qualifying time, and 30 seconds of grace time after maximum qualifying time. And table topics, all the table topics speakers, they have 30 seconds of grace time after the red card is shown. Thank you.
Listening to someone is one thing. Listening to every breath you take is quite another. And that is what a person who's had 2 decades of experience in executive tech, research and tech services is going to do today. To explain his role, I am calling on stage Toastmaster Satish, our counter for the day.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as verbal phrases or figures by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Throughout the meeting, I will listen for boring words such as and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler words like are. In addition, I will note when the speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times each speaker used these expressions. Thank you.
If somebody is listening to every breath you take, there is somebody listening to every word you say. And that is our language master or grammarian for the day, a man on the street, Toastmaster Harshit.
listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day and phrase of the day. For today's meeting, word of the day is impeccable, which means without any mistake or fault. An example could be the delivery of the speech was impeccable and impactful. The phrase of the day is timeless tether, meaning a lasting bond or connection that does not weaken over time. An example could be the Toastmaster meetings create a timeless tether that connects everyone here. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day and phrase of the day. When a speaker uses the word of the day and phrase of the day, the members are requested to show a thumbs up sign to encourage other speakers to use the word of the day and the phrase of the day. I will give the grammarian reports when called upon during the meeting and also report the usage of the word of the day and phrase of the day. Thank you.
Can you please write the word of the day on board? Is there?
We think of everything, sir, even if I'm something like I'm bragging.
It's okay.
Right, one of the most important skills for communication is listening. And the person testing your listening skills today is going to be a finance professional and an avid traveler, our quiz master of the day, Toastmaster Gauri Shankar.
Good evening to our Toastmasters and wonderful guests. I am Gauri Shankar and I am the Quizmaster for today for you all. I warmly welcome you all to the open house. As a Quizmaster, my role is to keep you on your toes as well as maybe put some of you on the hot seat. I will be coming back after the speeches are done by the fellow members and hope you all are stay tuned to the speeches. Thank you. Thank you.
This was your tour team. Now we get on to the tour. Our first stop is going to be a prepared speech. What is a prepared speech? Somebody comes, thinks of a topic, writes a speech and delivers. On the surface, yes. At the background, Toastmasters has something called pathways. These are syllabi or various syllabuses that you have, which teach you different things. You can choose to master strategic planning, you can choose to master presentation, you can choose to master humor, and you can choose a pathway or a syllabus. When you choose a pathway, you have 5 levels to complete, and each level has multiple projects. Each project comes with a speech. Either you give a speech and do something and give a speech, or the very project is to write a speech. So these are called different pathways. So Toastmasters is structure, a little method to our madness. And this part of your journey is going to be about someone who's already prepared a speech. Like I was bragging in the beginning, the fulcrum of Toastmasters is feedback. And hence, every time somebody gives a prepared speech, he has a dedicated evaluator listening to that speech and evaluating them according to the objectives of the project. Too much gap? I know, people's faces went from this to by now. No, don't worry, our speaker is capable enough to put back the smiles on your face. To evaluate our first speaker, I will call on stage the first evaluator, who is also a charter member of this club and one of our champion speakers, Distinguished Toastmaster Ron Bediboya.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you. Today, our member Ruchi is giving a project called Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety for body language, enhance the speed. This is a very important skill which we learn in Toastmasters, body language and vocal variety, which is used to engage the audience. Timer, please note, it's 5 to 7 minutes. The duration of the speech. Toastmaster Ruchi, all the best.
person known to be responsible, but also with sharp opinions. And I am expecting her speech to be as interesting as she is. Please welcome on stage our speaker for today, Toastmaster Ruchi Negi. Toastmaster Ruchi, Razia Sultan, Toastmaster Ruchi.
Starting from a song lines. क्या कयामत है, क्या मुसीबत है, कह नहीं सकते किसका अरमा है, जिंदगी जैसे कोई कोई है, हैरा हैरा है, ऐ दिले नादान, ऐ दिल नादान. Anyone remember this song?
Yes.
Movie?
Yes.
Ah, interesting. I was not expecting. So I was probably in class 7 when I first read about Razia. She was an amazing character for me, a courageous, inspiring and brave lady. In my young mind, I created an image of her. And later on when I watched this movie, Razia Sultana in theatre, this character was played by a beautiful Hema Malini. And for me, I got a face for Razia. Until now, it always remains with me as Razia. Today I want to share what I really found inspiring about this historical figure, Razia, who was the first and only one woman ruler of Delhi Sultanate. Razia was the daughter of Sultan Iltutmish from Das dynasty. And unlike the other women of that era, she formally received education for warcraft, military craft and administration. Her father Iltutmish was so impressed by her intelligence and leadership qualities that at that era, that point in time, that male-dominated society, he nominated Razia as his successor in addition to his sons. And after Iltutmish's death, Razia proved herself, her worth, and then succeeded as queen. Razia was an intelligent character, definitely there is no second thought about it. Razia is known for so many things, and I specifically highlight 3 things. 1, she challenged the society norms of gender biasness. She promoted merit over privilege. She demonstrated courage, freedom, and growth. When I personally think about Razia on a personal scale, I feel very, very inspiring, very overwhelmed, and my eyes sometimes become watchy that even in 20th century, we talk about women liberation, we talk about the women's representation in politics, we talk about women's safety, security, and so many other aspects. We still talk about women bosses in our office, which is still not acceptable to most of the society. And Razia, in 13th century, she not only proved herself, she established herself, and she ruled there as a ruler in this Sultanate in Delhi state. If we look back, and the true character about her, but she was unapologetic throughout her life for her choices, her decisions, and her desires. We are in this modern era when we are still not able to make a balance, or we are not able to lead successfully our love life and our ambitions together. We try to compromise for our love, for our ambition, or we try to sacrifice our ambition for our love. We are not able to lead both the things together. But this lady, far ahead from her time, she very conviction, with full of conviction and confidence, she declares, I will rule because I am ambitious, 1, and I will rule because I deserve to rule. And at the same time, because this is my life, I have full right of my life, whom I want to love, I will love. There is no compromise, there is no sacrifice, there is no apology. These terms probably, these words probably never were there in her dictionary. For me, Razia was a timeless inspiration. I find her, how I look her, as a combination of heart and intelligence, as a match between masculine and feminine energy, as a perfect match between warcraft and poetry. And I truly, truly, truly love her. In my own space, I sometimes consider myself as Razia. I try to be Razia of my own world, where I try to showcase her determination, strength, bravery, where I can manage my family with responsibility and love at the same time.
Is our next member. But before we go on there to the panel discussion, no good deed goes unpunished and nothing on stage goes unevaluated in Toastmasters. Hence, the panel discussion has an evaluator. The evaluator for our panel discussion was once a president of our club and is one of our most chirpy champion speakers. Please welcome on stage Toastmaster Meenakshi.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Today, as an evaluator, I have my work cut out for me because I'm not going to be evaluating any normal 5 to 7 minute speech that we normally do. I'm going to be evaluating a whole big panel discussion with one moderator and 3 panelists. Our target moderator today is Toastmaster Parida. This is part of her level 5 project 2 from her pathway effective coaching. The objective of this entire panel discussion is for her to apply her skills as a public speaker and leader to facilitate a panel discussion, which she will be doing. Timer, please note the timing will be 20 to 40 minutes. So you already explained the. You can go ahead and before you start, you can go ahead and. So all the best to Toastmaster Parida, and I hope that it's going to be an impeccable panel discussion.
Parida, you can take a minute and brief them before I call you on stage. Can I request some help?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests.
Good evening.
Toastmasters, are we all growing or just getting older? Growing. That was a good answer. As Toastmasters, we all are growing. Over here, with growth, I do not mean just adding candles to the cake. Here I mean, are we growing as communicators? Are we being better and growing confident? Are we growing courageous to take up more leadership roles? And that's where the magic of Toastmasters works. Toastmaster is a lab wherein we experiment speeches, role plays, evaluations, leadership. And the only side effect here is, any answers? Growth. The only side effect for everything that you experiment is growth. You become a better version of yourself once you are a Toastmaster. Today we are going to explore more on this and know how Toastmasters works as a catalyst with our panel discussion. So let me call upon our esteemed panelists for today who have experienced growth not by chance but by the choice. An instrumentation engineer from Bitspilani. He is now an entrepreneur and since last 30 years working in India as well as in Middle East. He runs a consulting firm in Navi Mumbai. In 2024, he authored the best-selling book, The Great Corporate Escape. A Toastmaster since 2018, he has led 2 clubs, completed 2 pathways, served as an area director for Area M3, a person with a golden heart, very dear and near to my heart as well, as a fatherly figure, distinguished Toastmaster
Shyam. Our second panelist for today. She is an AI leader and technology expert with 20 years of experience. She is currently serving as principal instructor with NDIDIS Developers Program. She is a passionate Toastmaster and District 19 online speech contest winner. She brings a powerful blend of technical expertise, leadership insight, and compelling communication. Let us graciously welcome drop-dead gorgeous lady Toastmaster Meenakshi Arya. Our third panelist for today. She is a dedicated Toastmaster. She has been honored with Toastmaster of the Year for the year 2023-2024. She has also successfully mentored a club, reflecting her strong leadership skills, commitment towards growth. Professionally, she has got 8 years of experience in banking industry, and currently she serves as a resource person at National Institute of Security Market. My partner in crime, my dear friend, Toastmaster Amrita Deshmukh. Thank you everyone for being here. Let me ask you a simple but a difficult question. This is especially for Toastmasters over here. How has Toastmasters benefited you in your personal life or family relationships? I can have an answer in one sentence or in one word, but not beyond that. So how has Toastmasters helped you in your personal or family life?
Hi everyone, my name is Shine. I've been a part of Toastmasters for the past 2 years. I've not been attending meetings regularly, but I try to come whenever I get time. But it has helped me become a better communicator, better leader, and I do stage shows, and it really helps me in being a better speaker.
That's great. Thank you so much, Shine. Anyone else? Especially in your relationship, yes?
Hello, I am Toastmaster Yasin. I have joined Toastmasters as my wife told me that I need to improve our communication.
That was a great job.
My wife acknowledged there is an improvement, but I know still there is way more to do.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
I'm Toastmaster Rajesh, and I've been a Toastmaster for the past 1.5 years. And I would say socially more confident. That's what Toastmasters has been.
Thank you. Thank you for that participation, my fellow Toastmaster friends. Now, we all are here with different objectives. Somebody wants to be professionally good, someone here wants to work on their personal skills or traits. But we all are sailing in one single boat, and that is Toastmasters. Panelists over here too are sailing in the same boat, and thus I would like to start with my first question to distinguished Toastmaster Shyam. When did you realize that Toastmasters was working as a catalyst for you?
Firstly, thank you for giving me an opportunity, and it's always a pleasure to be in Agnel Toastmasters, where I was a member in 2016, and then we decided to have the Toastmasters. But yes, see, when I look back, whether I joined Toastmasters in 2008, so I am a great grandfather in Toastmasters. Looking back, see, there's nothing like a light bulb moment. Today when I look back, probably the change that has happened over time. And I come to realize that how much improvement I have made over a period of time. It has been like that timeless data, right? The phrase of the day that we use. When I see my first video, when I get that first speech of mine in Toastmasters, incidentally I happened to be there by chance. Someone did not want to be in Toastmasters, and so to get away from that, he pushed me into it. And I came to a meeting where there were already 8 distinguished Toastmasters that club had at that time. That was in the Middle East. And sitting somewhere back, though I felt I'm very good at my English language, I could project myself, but then I got nervous. How can I speak like that? So the first time when I came to Toastmasters, that was the feeling I had. And so my first speech was not impeccable, and full of errors. And today, over a period of the 17 years that I've had, somewhere down the line, I started feeling more confident, especially not only in Toastmasters but also in the community, as Yasin was saying. Right? So today, I need not actually fit into a community. I can be part of the community. Like see in Agnel. Agnel is a club which has got so much of vibes and enthusiasm. Normally, I am a very reticent person, but when I come here, I sort of become more energetic. That thing happens. Probably these are the small little changes that I noticed over the years. But for Toastmasters, it will not happen.
Fantastic. So Toastmasters turns hesitation into confidence and fear into leadership. That is what is the right example here sitting amongst us. With that, what is your take, Toastmaster Meenakshi, on that?
So my take is totally different from rest everybody else's, because ever since my childhood I have been a stage leader. I always had own stage, and I was a state level debate champion, and I thought, oh, I have all out for my life. Then I landed up in the US, and somebody said that there's this community called Toastmasters, why don't you just join? I'm like, hey, come on, nobody's going to teach me how to speak. I'm already an accomplished speaker. What do you learn beyond that? And that's when I realized that there are so many things which, despite you being very confident in your skill, you feeling that this impeccable sense of being the most confident person in the room, there's still a room for improvement. I realized I speak very fast, because I try to emulate the thoughts into speed so that I can cover more topic in lesser amount of time. That was the first thing feedback which I got from one of my club members. The club that I belong to is 85 years old. Everybody is a distinguished Toastmaster there who have seen the Toastmaster journey like none of us has. So I was very, very lucky to have mentors who, the best thing about Toastmasters is feedback is not criticism. Feedback is for helping you grow as an individual, for helping you work on things which can make you a better speaker, a better leader. Today I feel more confident about the pace, about my vocabulary, and it also reintroduced me to Webster's, which I had left a long time back. Now I do go back, refer to Webster's about how can I increase my vocabulary, how can I enhance my speech by incorporating words which have died their own death. So to sum it up, it gave me the confidence of improving the speech which was already good. I started understanding the impeccable value of the feedback that you get, and I also started understanding how you articulate something in a time span of just 5 to 7 without rushing through.
Thank you, Toastmaster Meenakshi. That was a remarkable take on that question. Transformation is a journey, and it is not an event. So if you are a Toastmaster, it does take time. It is a brick to brick work. Nothing happens overnight. What is your take on that, Toastmaster Amita?
I remember my bulb moment when I started answering back to my husband instantly. Initial days of our marriage, I took almost 2 to 3 days to answer back Thanks to table topics and impromptu speaking, I answered him instantly. For the benefit of guests, I'm telling you, table topic is impromptu speaking. That will help you. And I'm not joking. Second thing, if I want to convince him, I start with commendation, then recommendation, and then conclude. And this is called CRC method, when you give feedback without criticism. I used it. And the pro tip for all of you, it works like a magic if your spouse is not a Toastmaster. So that helped me a lot, not in personally but as well as professionally, because I was into sales and I realized these tips and tricks before that as well. But how to use it effectively, that helped me, that I learned in Toastmasters. One thing I remember clearly, when I joined Toastmasters, that was a lockdown time, and our meetings were online mode. And that time of VP Education and the President messaged me, Amruta, please go for technology. And I told them, I'm having a network issue. I'm having a network issue longest of anyone. 6 months straight away. I switched off my camera, I told them I'm having a network issue. And before that, I didn't even speak for a minute. For the last one and a half year, I started taking financial literacy session. And the time duration of that session is 45 to 2 hours, 45 minutes to 2 hours. And I managed that very well. I handle stage for 2 hours right now, without crutch words, without maybe some more grammatical mistakes, but still I manage that very confidently, just because of I'm showing up again and again and again. And you know that bulb moment comes in a while, but you have to stick to the process, and then you get a result after almost 1 and 1.5 years. And that I will guarantee you.
Thank you. So consistency is something that leads to growth. If you consistently attend meeting, take up roles, you can transform yourself into the best version of yourself. With that, taking up the next question for today, let's start with Toastmaster Meenakshi. Apart from confidence, courage, speeches, role plays, leadership, what is that one thing that came to you with Toastmasters which was a real surprise or a gift to you?
I would say community. I never thought that when you go to an organization which effectively teaches you to become a good leader, how does that actually teach you service leadership, or how does that build a community for you? To be very honest, many of you will be surprised, and that's the biggest bone of contention between me and my husband, that why do you still continue to remain a part of your club where the meeting starts at 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday? Because it's for my US team, it's 12 in the noon. The connect that you get with people who actually took that time and effort to mentor you, to help you become the better version of yourself, is actually which I have not seen anywhere. People take their time, they might mentor you, they might guide you. At the same time, it also depends, as Toastmaster Amruta said, how much do you want to contribute back to the community? It's a two-way communication. I do not miss any meetings. I take all the roles, even if it's any role. Every role in Toastmasters is important. There's no role which has got a seniority or a juniority. So it's very important to show up, and what you get in return is a community when you all get together in eloquence. It's as if you are meeting some long lost friends and now you are back together and you are having all this fun, which is what actually makes me feel really, really very different. It's a different world altogether, where a non-profit organization which wants to make you leaders also helps you in understanding how communities are built on a single mission of helping each other grow and empowering each other.
That was an extraordinary Meenakshi, when I became a Toastmaster, I barely knew anyone. It was in the same year, like 2019, when I only saw few faces online. And today, I have plethora of friends here. So this is what Toastmasters give you: community, friends. What is your take, distinguished Toastmaster?
Mine is a deeply personal moment because one particular incident, or if I may say so, chain of events. I was in Saudi Arabia, I was in Dubai, and I was deeply into Toastmasters. I was already the president of the club, doing a lot of things for the community. But in 2011, suddenly my mother got diagnosed with cancer back in Bangalore, Kerala. And I was probably at the worst phase of my life because she was fighting it. I was flying back and forth for treatment and other stuff. I remember in 2000, of course, in 2012 on February 3rd she passed. I got back to Dubai, and then my club member, he was going to be the chair of a division conference. And in the Middle East, the division conferences are like what we have as district conferences. Huge. There's a lot of money, so. And what he told me was, can you take up the role of a stage direction committee chair? But I was deeply disturbed at that time. I was not really wanting to get into Toastmasters. But a group of Toastmasters came and told me, come, it will probably help you overcome whatever personal tragedy you're going through. And today, honestly, the next 4 months was a blur. I got so deeply involved. Of course, I was grieving, but then, because of that involvement, in fact, that year, 2012, the 1994 World Champion of Public Speaking, Toastmaster Morgan McCarthy, he had come for that. And interacting with him, getting things organized on stage, especially when we have these big events, there's a lot of things going on stage. And control each and everything. You need to have a big Excel file. I had a 6-page Excel file for all the roles that needed to happen on stage. And that, even looking back today, that big tragedy in my life, what sort of, I overcame that. And that was the power that Toastmasters I felt. And it's deeply personal, but then looking back, it's almost now 14 years. But that's still that particular incident remains in me.
Distinguished Toastmaster Shyam, hearing this, a space where you can forget your fears, forget where you are coming from or probably your problems, and then get into a different mode where you learn, grow and become better and better. So this is what we got to know from Toastmasters Shyam, distinguished Toastmasters Shyam, that Toastmasters is a place where you can open up emotionally and make friends like the community gives that Toastmaster Vinashi said. And what is your take on this Toastmaster Amrita? So what is that one thing that is like a blessing in disguise that Toastmasters gave you apart from speeches or leadership or anything else? Can I have somebody to mute themselves, please?
No problem.
Can somebody help him for doing that, please? Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Amrita.
When I joined Toastmaster, I was very, very clear that I want to work on my communication only. And I decided also that after 1 year, I left the Toastmaster as well. At the same time, overconfident as well. That in 1 year, I will become an experienced, communicator. But, you got reality check with every speech, with every tag role. And then I realized I have to work, very seriously. I was not serious at all in the first year of Toastmaster, and then I started taking roles. And after that, I became Toastmaster of the Year, like Parita introduced me as well. And then I don't know what the division director looked at me and the potential in me, and he asked me to become a club mentor. And I was doubting him. Why he was having so much of confidence in me. Because I was not into ExCom community. Not a single time. And then why? So, then I went to watch a very inspirational movie, and that day I impulsively messaged him, okay, I will do it. And that 6 months of, the club mentor is like a leadership role in Toastmasters. you have to take, you have to take responsibility of the club. The club means 23 members of that club, the charter club, a baby, and it's kind of a parenting journey, I can say. And I was like, everyone is more experienced than me, everyone is elder to me. How can I do it? That was a big question. But that 6 months of club mentorship changed me a lot. I listened very carefully to each and everyone after that 6 months, because during first month of that program, area director called me and told me, Amrita, you have to listen to them, otherwise it will not going to work. So I was like, okay, I have to listen to their side as well. I'm not going to dominating, as a dominating leader every time. So that journey changed me a lot. I learned about a club. Club is like an organization where you have a 8X form, you have to make a club success plan, and every time the club sponsor who has a faith in me, Toastmaster Ananda Show, he every time told me, Amrita, club has to survive. And then every time there is some dispute happened, I was like, oh my god, club has to survive. I have to find out a way. And then it's been 2 years, that club doing tremendously good, and that member of the club is also renewing. The club members are going to the district as well, and that helped me to improve my journey as a leadership, because I was not looking into leadership in Toastmaster. So that was a changing moment, and blessing in disguise, I guess.
Super. So blessing in disguise, leadership, community, helping yourself emotionally, coming out of anything that you get stuck with. That is what Toastmasters gives you. Moving on to my next question for today. Let us start with Toastmaster Amrita. Toastmaster Amrita, how long do you see yourself continuing the journey with Toastmasters?
Till eternity. Because this community gave me a lot, not only just confidence and the communication skill and the leadership journey. Apart from that, I have a lot of friends in Toastmaster. I made a network, like I can't say here, because the year I became a Toastmaster of the year, I'm kind of extremist. I did 100 meetings. 100 meetings in a year. 100 meetings in a year. My mother looked at me and asked me, they are going to pay you now. I am going to pay them. But because of that, and I did that 100 meeting not only in India, not in South North, I did globally. And now I have a network in Southeast Africa, now I have a Saudi network in Saudi, wherever you can tell, and I went to that club. And whenever I went to any club, the first, the introduction of mine is Amrita Deshmukh from Agnel Club. I represented and that became my identity, and I am very proud of that. Wherever I go, globally, in India only, but I am so happy and proudly say that I am from Agnel Club. So I am not even thinking about leaving this club and the people of this club.
So I'm sure we are all going to be here unless and until we all turn our head to be great. Absolutely great. What is your take on this same question? How long would you like to continue the journey of Toastmasters?
So I have already married a Toastmaster. My husband is sergeant. I cannot pass I told you another thing that's very interesting. So the club that I am a part of, we have an 82-year-old distinguished Toastmaster, Ron Boyd, an 85-year-old Toastmaster who's from Japan, distinguished Toastmaster, You have to come to our club and see they are much more energetic. They are much more enthusiastic. And the kind of energy that they come and pump into you, you feel, am I the older one and these guys are younger one? So I think Toastmasters always keep your mental faculties moving. That's why you always stay younger. So I think it will be, as I said, until death does us apart.
So to be younger and not younger, you need to join Toastmasters. What is your take on this?
You are asking a 17-year-old Toastmaster. Well, once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. It's a very common cliche saying in Toastmasters, but yes. See, one thing which drives me in Toastmasters even today is when we come to any club's meeting and when we listen to the stories on stage. Each and every story, each and every speech that is being given here has a message. Even today's speech, right, about Razia Sultan, had those messages, right, about masculinity and femininity, all bonding together, coming together, giving together. See, these are the things that matter most. But on the other side, on the flip side of it is, yes, see, today when I see Mr. Amrita speak, she is so spontaneous and humorous. Till date, such in 17 years, I have never bought a humorous speech. So that is going to keep me going. I don't miss any humorous. I try to be as humorous as possible. But one day I will be at humorous speech and then I look for some other challenging question.
Wonderful.
That is what.
Great. All the best and looking forward to many more years to come with you. And with that, few quick questions. Let's get going with the rapid fire round. Let me start with Toastmaster Meenakshi. An afternoon nap or Toastmasters meeting?
Undoubtedly Toastmaster.
Wonderful. Toastmaster Amrita, binging Netflix or preparing for speech?
Preparing for speech.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And distinguished Toastmaster Shyam, movie with your wife or attending a contest?
Your wife is not here.
Yeah, so it's been ages since I watched a movie with my wife, so I go for that.
Round of applause for our And now, the forum is open for the questions from the audience for our panelists. Related to Toastmasters, how could you enroll, or probably what are the benefits? How do Toastmasters act as a catalyst? We can have our guest and Toastmasters putting up the questions. Yes. Anyone? Please.
Can you be a little louder, please?
And can you introduce yourself first?
My name is I'm a UX designer by profession and software engineer by education. I work for tech. I'm into designing, but I want to progress as a leader, as a better communicator. That's the reason I came. So how much time, I don't know how much time it will take for me, but I'm listening to all the masters. And now I feel confident that there is progress that has happened over a period of time. Question, I'm not sure what question I should ask, but then I'm happy to be part of this.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Rohit. I'm the guest for today. So I have a question for especially for the national Toastmaster. So you said something like you work on your talk on a very high level speech, right? So I have the same problem right now. Right? When I'm in a meeting or giving a presentation, I just want to get done with it. So I tend to speak a lot faster. I don't know how much I can articulate well if I'm fast and how much the other person can absorb. So I just wanted to understand from you, like how you came up, some ideas or some strategies around it so that we can, maybe give some advice on that or better thing on that.
Sorry ma'am, just to add to what you say, I also have the same tendency to just get rid of it. But then I have this thought process that if I go very slow in my pace, then probably people will get bored.
Yeah, exactly. I don't relate to it. I get it because that's where I also come from. And it is very agronomically brought into your speech the moment you become a Toastmaster. For every speech that you give, it is evaluated on a number of parameters. How fast are you? Could people follow what you are saying? And you also start becoming very deliberate about how you deliver a particular content. I get it because are you a techie?
Not a technique, commercial sales.
Yeah, and he's a techie. So all got to deliver at the same speed. So when you give a speech in 5 to 7 minutes, where the average word usage cannot be more than 650 words, you understand how do I need to modify that speech of mine to have majority impact, give time for pauses, let people digest what you're talking, and then move forward. It's a gradual process. It doesn't happen overnight. When you get feedback, you go back, you record your speeches, hear yourself back, and see how I can improve it. That's what it's a. We say we are going to be Toastmasters for life. So there's always a scope for improvement in the next speech. That's how it works.
Thank you so much. We can take one more last question.
Hi, I am Toastmasters Kalna. I just want to ask the distinguished panelists and the combined board how you manage your work life and Toastmasters all together in 24 hours and in a 7 days a week.
So we can start from Toastmaster Africa.
In my life, there is no management. Whenever I have a time and I thought I have to be productive, I just go to any club meeting and I attend it.
I am somebody like Parita where I feel there is a compulsion mom who has to be there available, a wife who has to be there always available. At the same time, I believe you have to give back to the community also. I always say there's a old saying, Sarvatra Ativarje. Excess of everything is bad. So have a balance. What are your priorities? Like today, why am I here? My daughter has a board exam. She just came back from her English board exam. Now she's sleeping, so I would be here. But let's say it was tomorrow when she had the board exam. Probably I would sleep. It's not do or die. It's about giving yourself that time to become the best version of yourself in everything. It's being a good mom, being a good Toastmaster, being the best Toastmaster. I'll say 99 does not have the glory of 100, and that goes for every role in your life. So it's very important to manage everything in your life so that you don't, like, it's not this has become my life and the other thing is gone. That's at least how I've managed it for the rest of my entire life.
I completely see eye to eye with Toastmaster Meenakshi, and that is great.
Question. I have to sort of obviously agree because for me, everything, I mean, people who know me, I give time to my family, I give time to work, I travel, I do all what I want. But then, how do I get in all this? Because compartmentalization. What you do, you give that food. That's 100%. Family, 100% their time. Toastmasters, 100% that time. And luckily for me, what happened was when I joined Toastmasters, it was in Saudi, and Toastmasters was the only getaway point from work and others. So that was a community event. So my wife used to come and listen to all the speeches. She never came on stage, but she listened to all this. My children were sitting there. After the speech, they were my biggest evaluators. So these are the kind of things that happen. So compartmentalizing, focusing, and on like what ma'am said, it is about giving that 100% to what we are doing at that time. That is it.
I'm sure you've got an answer, and with that, thank you, audience. You are really doing whatever we have learned. Growth happens by taking actions, like just how they did. So, what is something that you all have to do, especially the guests? Register yourselves to be Toastmasters today. Growth sustains when we stay consistent and committed. So Toastmasters here, let's be committed to our projects, role plays, evaluations, and our whatever that Toastmasters offers us. Let's be committed and consistent towards that. And finally, the growth continues if our bank balance also continues growing. For this, our panelists are available. During the break, you can definitely approach them. How can you increase your bank balances also? The last question that's going to come from my side for everybody. If Toastmasters is a catalyst for growth, are we all ready to use it? Sleep over it for today. And with that, thank you so much, my esteemed panelists. Can we have a round of applause? Over to Toastmaster of the day. discussion. Before we move on, a little exercise in gratitude. I will request our presiding officer, Toastmaster Ruchi, to please come on stage and help us felicitate our panelists for today. To join her, may I request our panel moderator, Toastmaster Parita. May I request Distinguished Toastmaster S. Ram to kindly come.
Who is taking the pic? Pic. Thank you so much.
May I request Toastmaster Dr. Meenakshi Arya to kindly come and speak. She comes with her dedicated photography.
Thank you so much.
Now may I request our very own Toastmaster Amrita to come on stage and please give Thank you, presiding officer. Thank you, panel moderator. The last section of our tour was called panel discussion, a different kind of communication we learned. The next section is called we are breaking for a cup of coffee and a little bit of snacking.
Are you sure there's coffee?
If there isn't, it's your bad luck. We usually have tea. That's okay. This session can also be used for networking, and I am going to encourage all guests and Toastmasters to kindly mingle with them, mingle with each other. We will break for 10 minutes before we join in. I am informed that tea is on its way, so I am requesting everybody to kindly have patience till it arrives. We'll break. Thank you. Okay, so
I saw you having very lot.
I am sending my message. where we said we teach different kinds of communication. Now the next kind of communication we have is impromptu communication. You come a couple of times on stage and you will learn. I mean, why is somebody a Toastmaster for 17 years? I don't understand. No. You come on stage first you learn to want to come on stage. Then you learn to come on stage and last for 2 minutes. Then you learn to structure a speech while speaking impromptu. And then you learn to structure a speech which people will remember. Long journey. So this part teaches us to be on our toes, teaches us quick thinking, teaches us to be active. Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really going to talk to the Club XCOM and say, food is a bad idea. People sleep after snacks. To take this next section forward, the table topic section forward, we have a table topics master. A lady whose name could have well been dance, because that's what she's synonymous with. But what people who know her also know that she's not just good at dance. She's good at putting her 100% into anything she takes up. And when I mean 100%, I literally mean it far beyond our expectations. You and I would pull one all-nighter to do something we want to do well, 2 all-nighters. I can hardly imagine somebody pulling 3-6 weeks of all-nighters to do something they want to do well. A lady who in one of our Toastmasters events, which had around attendance of 200 people, had 80% people dance on stage, prepared properly. That's the level of dedication, energy, and that's the level of commitment our table topics master, effervescent, energetic Toastmaster Vidya brings to everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sanika Shruti, for that lovely introduction. You are in a client meeting. Your colleague was supposed to make the sales pitch. Suddenly he got a bad food. And now you are asked to do that and you are not prepared. Even worse, you encounter aliens. And now you have to convince them why they shouldn't harm you. Even worse than that, you are in a group. People are talking about life and its different aspects, and in that group is your crush. And you want to impress your crush. You have to speak well, but you are not prepared. Friends, life will throw such situations where you have to speak, but you are not prepared. But you want to speak effectively, isn't it?
Yes.
That is why it is important to develop our impromptu speaking skill, speaking spontaneously. In Toastmasters, table topic session helps us to improve exactly this skill. Now, you come onto the stage, a topic is given and you have to speak on that topic for a few minutes. When you regularly participate in table topic sessions, your listening, thinking, organizing and speaking skill develops. Generally, the table topic speech is of 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. Today, the format is little different. For every topic, the timings would be different. I will share the timing details before every topic. The intention is to have maximum fun and to have maximum people on stage. So bear with me if there is any mistake. Please try to use the word of the day and phrase of the day in your speech. So are you all ready to practice here so that you are prepared for those unprepared moments? Are you?
Yes.
So let's start. So the first topic or the first theme, I would like to have 2 experienced Toastmasters on stage. I would like to invite this. I would like to invite Ron and I would like to invite Rajesh on stage. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so the first theme is scenarios. speakers have to speak 40 seconds each for the first scenario. One at a time. Okay? After 40 seconds, one speaker speaks, I'll say pass or shift. Then second scenario. Okay, second round. And then again I'll give another scenario and they have to speak on that scenario for 40 seconds each, one after the other. Okay? And when the last 40 seconds is over, I say done. That means it's done. Now only 30 seconds left for the as grace period. Either both of you can conclude, one of you can conclude, or you can stop there. Okay? 40 seconds each for each round. Shall we start? Yes. So the first theme is scenarios, as I said. You are the manager and you are the subordinate. Okay? Now, manager feels that the subordinate is not good at communication. And subordinate feels the manager is not good at communication. Now, in that 40 seconds, you have to convince the other person to join Toastmasters. Okay? I'll share the timing details. Green card will be shown at 140 seconds. Yellow card will be shown at 2 minutes 10 seconds. Red card at 240 seconds. And then grace 3 seconds. I'm there for 40 seconds. You just have to take care about that red card. Okay? Done? So here we start.
Rajesh, again the client is confused. What are you doing? This is not acceptable. So many times I've told you, tell them what I've told you to tell them. You're not telling them anything.
Boss,
No, I think we need to make a change. I think you need to find a solution. Either find a new job or find a new Toastmasters club. Your choice.
so I agree on the Toastmasters Club part, but and I also agree with V part. It's actually you, I think, it's not what you say is not something that I can tell the customer about it. Right? I mean, you need to understand the problem. It's not the way you think. We need to have a common understanding of what the problem is and then communicate. And you are only looking at one part of it, and frankly, I don't understand what you are actually trying to say. So if you can make it a bit more clear to me, I will understand. And maybe you may learn more about it at Toastmasters, how to communicate it.
Why do I need Toastmasters? I don't need Toastmasters. My wife says I'm a great communicator. No? She says I'm a great listener. She always talks and I listen very nicely. Why do I need Toastmasters?
So,
I think what you are doing is, you hardly get time to communicate there and you compensate it here with me. So there needs to be some kind of a balance, and that is what Toastmasters will teach you. Because it will give you a lot of opportunity to speak, to vent out what is there inside to the, to speak, and seriously in a way that people understand. So what's happening right now is, you know what you are saying.
stop. Now the next scenario is both join Toastmasters and now they are excellent at communication. A female employee joins the organization and now they have to convince her why they are the better. So first Ron will speak why he's better, and Rajesh has to speak why he's better. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, start.
Okay. So you see, he is my boss, you know that. And we both joined Toastmasters together. And to begin with, we were not at the same, I was slightly above. And over time, I really got above. Okay. So I am actually a better example for you to follow. Where
Just last 30 seconds.
Toastmasters really worked very well for me. I joined Toastmasters and Rajesh's productivity went up. Now every time I tell him something, he does it immediately. And even my wife has started listening to me. This is amazing forum, right? I'm really happy with Toastmasters.
Toastmasters is both for the boss as well as for the subordinate, it's for everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you all enjoyed and guests are ready to join. So for the next topic, I want one male and one female. Okay? It can be one Toastmaster, one guest. One male and one female. Okay, you want? Okay. So one female, who would like to go for it? Okay, you would like to go. Come. Okay. So now the theme is for and against. So what you have to do is that I will give a theme, and when I say for to a speaker, you have to speak for 40 seconds in favor of that topic. When I say against to a speaker, you have to say against that topic. Okay, it would be of 2 rounds. So first round would be 40 seconds each. Okay, so one speaker will speak for 40 seconds. I will say switch, then the other speaker has to speak. Okay, so 40 seconds, and the second round would again, I will say against to someone or for to someone, and again that 40 seconds will start. Understood? A topic will be given and you have to speak for and against as per my instruction. When the last 40 seconds are over, I say done, that means red card is arrived and you have just 30 seconds to conclude. Okay? So the topic is Toastmaster Anamika and Toastmaster Yasin. Women are smarter than men. Women are smarter than men. We'll start with Yasin and that goes start. For, you have to say.
Women are smarter than men because when she is smarter, she thinks about their partner, husband, to improve. That's how my wife has told, like, I am already smarter, you want to become equally smarter, you come, you go and join Toastmaster and improve. Other situations are also like, in present day we can see Sunita Williams, she is very smart in the hand. We can see the women are emerging.
Stop. Against.
I don't see women are smarter than men because lot of places they do need direction. Many times there is we go with our friends and fancy, maybe we want to explore shopping. We go for shopping. We don't decide what's the budget, what's this, and then we need somebody to guide us. Okay, this is not the way to get distracted. Something else. So I feel men are much better compared to females. I'm not sure. So I disagree completely. They really need some guidance. That is the reason it's like feminine, masculine, this creation has been done.
Stop. Now you go for the topic.
Yeah, I mean, women are anytime smarter than men.
Passion is gone up.
Yeah, this was not something I was looking forward to. Yeah, so just it is out, I don't know what, but I being a female entrepreneur and in support of female empowerment and women empowerment altogether, so I feel definitely women are smarter because we are not good with intuitiveness, power, compassion. Nature has blessed us that way, I feel. It's a privilege. It's not that we are demeaning somebody saying that men are not smarter. Definitely they have their roles and place. But I feel what a woman can bring to the table. Yeah.
Against.
It's being recorded. Because women feels they are smarter, but they are, in reality, we men agree that they are smarter because we are wise. So we don't want further arguments with them. We can see there are men
and women, this mindset need to be changed. Women, though they feel smarter, but they, in order to get smarter with men.
Last 30 seconds, 20 seconds. You can
Thank
conclude
you.
or stop.
Okay, so I think today also right here we heard about Raja Sultan and the lady. And there are a lot of examples in history till today that we see. Even today the dynamics have changed, like in different board meetings, in different corporate places, we see there is an inclusion of women in a lot of spaces.
Thank you so much for this interesting We'll talk later what you actually believe after this session, after this topic. Okay, so now for the next theme, I want 3 people. 1 Toastmaster and 1 guest at least. I want 3 people. 1 Toastmaster at least. Yeah, come. Yes, yeah. Sonia, Ishwar, Ikram. Fine. So it's the same kind of thing. We had planned to have a meeting moot court. So let's have a courtroom clash here. Okay. So you will be the judge, and these both are the lawyers. Okay. So you will be defending the case that I will be keeping, and you will be against that case. Okay. There will be 2 rounds. For each round, 40 seconds you have to speak one by one. When 40 seconds are over, I will say shift, and then the next 40 seconds over, I will say shift or pass. Okay. So that way you will get 2 to 40 seconds. After when I say done, that is your chance to speak as a judge. What the judge will do? Summarize, give the verdict. Okay, so I will be keeping a case, and you have to defend and you have to be against. It will be throughout that. Okay, and you have to give the verdict. Are you all ready? Yes? So let me share the case. So the case is naps should be mandatory at workplace. Naps should be mandatory at workplace. 40 seconds each. Start.
I think naps are indispensable because if we take nap, we will feel better, we will come up with many ideas, and if we don't take nap, then we can't have creativity, you know, we cannot run with our imagination, so nap is very important in the workplace.
Milord, I completely disagree what my colleague is talking about. Why do you need a nap? Because you didn't have a good sleep at night. So try to make a proper sleep time and then you wake up early. Then you do not need a nap at all. What if you are napping in office and then your manager comes to your place and then he or she finds it that you are napping and you are trying to ignite your imagination in your nap. So that may cost your job, which is not a good idea.
I sense a sort of disconnect over here because there are some men who have newborn babies, their children, wives are going to the workplace, they have to change the nappies at night and they have to do what not, they have to feed the children and they have to sleep. Then they are going to the workplace. Even Japan and some other countries, they have also kept nap, some break time so that they can go and have 40 things and then they can sleep and they can come. They can rejuvenate themselves and they can come to the workplace.
I do not fully agree to this. Probably if you have a baby or certain situation, then you can go for long vacation. The government has introduced this 6 months of pregnancy leave and all. So you can use those things. Why do you need a nap?
But the babies don't shoot in the vacation only.
Objection,
discuss, and it's high time. India as a country and the corporate structure within this country has come to a stage where we need these breaks. It's really important, but it's how we talk to them. Because I believe people will have a tendency to make use of it in the wrong way. People can take advantages of this break. But I think you brought a wonderful point. Children don't just pass excrement only during the first 6 months. They have to do it even after a certain while. So it's a wonderful point you made. I would have just liked it better if you had used a better word. Sorry, I'm really sorry, sir, but I'm giving the judgment. Having said that, objection declined. Having said that, so you had wonderful points as well. So it's about finding the middle ground. It's about the synergy. So yes, bring in naps, but make sure it's doctored and it's only given to people who deserve it or are in need of it.
Thank you so much for that on that case. We'll discuss that verdict again later.
Certainly.
Okay.
What is napping?
For the next session, I want 4 people. I want 4 people, at least, so we can have at least 2 guests for sure. Yeah? Your name? Rohit. Varun. Sanjeev. Yeah. So we have one Toastmaster, right? Yeah, all are guests. Okay. Oh, fine. So the theme is if objects would talk. Okay. Now what are you? You are objects. And you have to talk about, I'll tell you later, first the timing part. Each one will get 45 seconds. Okay, each one will get 45 seconds. When and it is one by one. So when I tell 45 seconds are over, I say pass or shift. Then you have to. The next speaker has to speak, and the next speaker. I would request you to come this side because as a Toastmaster, you know the when the red card comes and you'll be aware. Okay, so 45 seconds each. Okay. And a green card will be shown at 2, yellow card at 2:30, red will be shown at 3. Okay, and then we have grace period of 30 seconds. So just be careful when you see the red card because you will be the last speaker. So as I said, you are objects and you have to speak about the human in your life. Okay, that means the person who has bought you and brought you in at their place. So you can crib about that human, how they treat with you, their mischief, their nonsense, their good things. You can appreciate them. So one by one, I will share what object you are, and you have to speak about that human in your life. Are you all ready and understood the theme? Okay. So when I say start, you start, and after 45 seconds, I will move to the next speaker. So, you are the first object, that is alarm clock. Alarm.
Okay. Well, you know what? This guy, he keeps snoozing me. He keeps hitting me. That's my head. You just can't keep doing that. And I think the guy also needs to understand that when you keep an alarm, you get up. What's the use of snoozing? So
There. Yeah. And you are the coffee mug in his life. In the person. And your time starts now.
A person brought me to drink water, but I was supposed for a coffee. But after that one, they took it and they do not clean it at night. and again they
talking me, and I feel little bit frustrating, and I hope that they just change the habit of washing and do it properly after every sick or after everything.
Thank you. You are the chair in that person's life.
So, I'm the chair, so very honestly, there are, I'm the chair at one place, and all these heavyweight champions are staying in this house, 100 kgs plus. I don't know when I will break onto the floor and be dismantled like very, very bad, and nobody will be able to join me again. So I'm crying for help. Please help me. Take me out of this place. I mean, from morning to night, these guys are involved in all kinds of junk activity, eating activities, and I just can't bear this. So please help me.
Thank you. And you are the laptop in that person's life.
On the laptop. I feel that I am being used almost 12 hours a day, and it really feels me really bad that always it's like ting 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 that is keypads are being used, and I feel that every second I am getting hurted with some with kind of different smileys they are using the keypad and everything.
Okay, anyone wants to share? They can share or conclude or done. You can conclude. Any.
So, just like to conclude saying that we are also objects also. You just have to have you just have to keep us clean and just take care of us as you take care of yourself.
Woo! Okay, so the next thing also I want 4 people. At least 2 guests. Yeah? At least 2 guests. Gary. Vikas. Sahil. Gaurav. Okay, so for the next game, you'll get 30 seconds each. Okay, only one round, 30 seconds each. So after one speaker speaks for 30 seconds, I will say shift or pass, and the next speaker has to speak. The timing guidelines are: green will be shown at 1 minute, yellow would be shown at 1 minute 30 seconds, red will be shown at 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes it's like red card, so 30 seconds greens after that. So what you have to do is, the theme is build a story. Okay? Build a story. I will share something and you have to build a story. You get 30 seconds to start the story. In every 30 seconds I show a prop. And you have to include that prop in your story. Understood? So 30 seconds each, and when the 30 seconds over, I will say pass or shift. And you have to use that prop in your story. I'll to start. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Monday morning. Monday morning, start. Start. I'll show the prop.
Oh, it's a Monday morning again, and after a very good weekend, it's Monday morning and we have to go to the office. So now I am on my way to go to the office, and I just encountered the trains are late, and there are some people, there are angry people who are out with their knives and they are trying to jump on a train which has just come up. So I was trying to board that train, and everybody is fighting, and they are drawing knives.
Next. Continue from where we stop. From where we stop. Continue from there.
Okay, so there are angry people coming up with the knives, and I am afraid for my life because who knows who will take it. But I am just trying to hide behind this tomato. And hope that it will cut me into pieces. And hopefully it works. Otherwise, God help me.
Okay, so now I have a knife as well as a tomato. I should make some sabzi or a toast. I will really enjoy it because in the train it's feeling very hot and hungry. People are sweating. Oh, I need to have some medicine. I forgot the medicine. I think I can get it online and you can deliver in the next station. Let me order it immediately. And after this, my toast, I will have this medicine in the next station. And after that, let me check my mobile. What's the next schedule for a meeting?
Okay, stop. We can start.
Yeah, I'm checking my phone for my timer for my medicines, and I forgot that I have diarrhea, and I flicked just forward. Yeah, I forgot to take my medicine at home, and it's all just because of the tomatoes that we had. And I'm not so. Oh, Jumbas. Okay. Yeah, so when I was traveling through my when I was on my way to my work, I saw this beautiful lady with a jhumka, and I was just looking at her. And actually, I was looking at the jhumka, but she mistook that I was looking at her. Yeah, and I guess.
Okay. Thank you. Please talk later what actually happened with that girl and the job. Thank you. Okay, do we have one more? We have done. Okay. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time. And I hope you continue this voyage of learning from the topics. And we all take care outside too. Thank you so much. A lot of members owe me a lot of gratitude because I got on stage without getting my bell. But we are going to the next step of our guided tour. So far, what did we see? Quick recap. What all did we see? We saw what this 100-year-old institution was about, right? And then we saw Toastmaster Rajesh is yawning at me like this. I'm pity of the person on stage. What all? We heard a prepared speech. We heard a panel discussion. We saw a lot of impromptu speeches. A lot of us, like on tours, you have this experience where they dress you up like kings and queens. We let you come on stage like Toastmasters and speak. So this was all the experience we had about Toastmasters. One of the fulcrums of this program, like I spoke to you in the beginning, is the art of giving and receiving feedback. Giving and receiving feedback. Oh my God, here. And you finally. Giving and receiving feedback in Toastmasters is said you evaluate to elevate. As in you evaluate in such a way that the person you're giving the feedback is motivated to grow. It is not about the person giving the feedback, but it is about the person receiving it, and he should be given it in such a manner that he grows. All of us have received feedback which turns us off. All of us have received feedback where we don't want to see the face of that person again. What Toastmaster teaches you not to be that person and yet give feedback which people will implement in their life. The next section is all about that, and it is one of the most important sections of our meeting. Everything we did, every breath we took, has been noted, analyzed, and documented for feedback. To take this session forward, we have someone called a general evaluator. She has a whole team of people working with her who will be analyzing and giving feedback. Today's general evaluator is an expert hairstylist. She's a brand ambassador for L'Oreal in India. She takes training sessions. She's an entrepreneur. She runs her own salon called Time Machine. She advises people. She's a Toastmaster. She has a married life. And she does all this without turning a hair. No pun intended.
lovely guests. It's amazing to see that there are so many guests who are present here today. It reminds me of my first day when I came here as a guest. I got to know about Toastmasters through one of the online sessions that I attended of communication skills, and he apparently was a Toastmaster. And I know many such Toastmasters who train people in communication skills, and that was one such training session that I was attending in the lockdown. And he mentioned about Toastmasters, and I think after a few years I googled about Toastmasters if it's there anywhere near my vicinity, and I eventually landed up coming in Agnel. I was so impressed by the way the meeting was conducted. It was so systematic, like the way you see it today. I think there was no second thought. The next day I was part of it. For me, I actually thought it's just going to be a club meeting like this, and it's going to be speeches, delivery, evaluation, whatever you'll be seeing more of it. But slowly I realized, in fact even today, I'm still learning, and what I realized is it's not just about the club meeting that you see here, but there is so much more to learn. There are so many contests, there are some of the events that keep happening, and you wonder that these people are working, and on top of that managing Toastmasters. How are they managing these two things? Are they even really working, or are they just working for Toastmasters? And I have literally sunk into this journey, and I'm very happy. In fact, the role that I'm doing today is the first time I'm doing it. And trust me, it is not just a community. For me, it is more like a family where your mom and dad really want you to grow. They give you that input, they push you. Each member here does that with you. Like no matter how bad you are, how good you are, positive, negative, they just want you to grow, and they are genuinely happy to see others grow. Like let it be competitions, even if there are so many participants, you're competing against somebody, but still you'll see them help you with your speeches, and nobody hesitates. So that's amazing, and I think it's been a great journey. So today my role here is I'm the general evaluator, and it is my responsibility to evaluate each and everything that happens in the meeting throughout, right from the start till the end. Frankly, I've tried my best, but I've been enjoying sitting there. I don't know how much I could evaluate it well, but yes. So this session is going to be divided into three parts. So first, we are going to call upon the evaluators for speech and the panel discussion. So generally, the meeting happens with a couple of speeches, table topics. We don't have panel discussion in every meeting, but today's meeting is special. We will do the evaluation section first, and then I will be calling upon my tag team members to give their report. And later on, also we will have the quiz that will happen, and then I will be giving my general evaluation of what I observed. Okay, so should we get started with the evaluation? Yes. Okay. I would like to call upon our first evaluator, who is DTM Ron, who will be evaluating Toastmasters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Rajesh, please sit properly. Your boss is on stream. Good evening, everybody. I'm here to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Ruchi, aka Razia Sultana. Beautiful speech. I love when Toastmasters come on stage and talk about historical figures, and you get to learn about India's rich history. How many of you agree love such speeches, all about India's reputation? And this was a very beautiful speech, well researched. So much information about the historical figure. So the main part or objective of this speech was intro to vocal variety and body language. So let me first begin with what I noticed, the good things about your speech, what I saw that were really nice. You started with the song quote from the movies Raja Sultan, and that was a very beautiful quotation or beautiful poetry which you recited, immediately we got into the mood of that aspect. I think those of us who've seen that movie immediately could kind of picture it in our mind's eye. So that was very nice. It started a very engaging aspect to it. Overall, the speech was very well prepared. You were well prepared. You knew your topic. You knew your subject. You had a good flow going through it. I never saw any place where you had lost your track or you were trying to remember. It felt practiced and well rehearsed. You were also very positive on stage. You were confident, you were positive, you had good eye contact, and also you could also have a lot of passion for this. You could see it, right? How passionate she was. It was like her ghost and me channeled into you, and you were talking about her story as if you were her. So passion is very important when you want to convey to the audience the ideas you want to convey. So a lot of positives in this speech. Good job, doing good job. Now let's get back to some things which can be improved. As we are all learning here, evaluation feedback is very important. First of all, since this is a vocal variety and body language, there was a lot of opportunities in this speech where you could have used vocal variety and body language a lot. Typically the first part, where you recited the poem, that could have been recited with a lot of flair, a little bit of melody, a little bit of sing-song voice, a little bit more expression, a little bit of acting. So that is where you could have got a little bit more animation into it. And throughout the speeches, there were a lot of places where you could have added a lot of vocal variety. You could have quoted something from her in her voice. So that's something which you opportunity which you missed. So I felt that throughout the vocal variety was quite okay. The body language was positive. You were using hand gestures, you were looking left and right, and you were using the stage a little bit. But as much as I would expect in this project, I didn't see. So choice is yours. Whether you want to do this project again with another topic and explore even more vocal variety of body language, or you are okay with the speech, I am completely fine with that. Another area which I noticed was the speed of speaking was a little fast, and you could have taken bit pauses. So, and the transition between the sections were blurred. So it just felt like one long speech rather than different sections where the audience could catch their breath in between the different parts of the speech. Overall, I think giving a speech in this kind of audience, so many guests, and there's so many pressure on an open house, it takes a lot of courage, a lot of effort. I commend you for it, and I wish you all the best for the future.
Next, I would like to call upon our next evaluator, who is Toastmaster Meenakshi, who will be evaluating our panel moderator, Toastmaster Palita.
Good evening once again, everyone.
Good evening.
My job as evaluator, as I mentioned, that it was already a very tough job. And because I had to evaluate a long panel discussion of 20 to 40 minutes, the objective was for the member to conduct a panel discussion, which she did. We all saw that, right? So, objective met. She started with the audience engagement in the first hook itself. She made the panelists sit, introduced them, made them feel comfortable, and then she stepped down and asked the question. And each of the questions and the answers were very varied. So, it couldn't have been pre-planned, that's for sure. And the moment we were hooked and engaged with the answers, she got onto our attention and then started with the panel discussion. That was a very right and apt movement and a way of starting. The second point was that it was not just a question, answer. She brought in her own flair to each of these questions. How? Because she brought in a summary after each of the points mentioned by the panelists. Along with the summary, she also shared her own experience. For example, she told Toastmaster Meenakshi a sense of community, and she spoke about her own experiences about friendships in Toastmasters. So I would say that added to a little bit of timeless tether bond that she created for us. Not just individual point-wise summary, she had an overall summary in the end. Am I right? She had a call to action for each and every one of us, whether we are Toastmasters or we are guests. So at the end of the panel discussion, at the end of 40 minutes, I know what I'm supposed to do and I'll get going with that. Now, let me ask you this question. How unique were the questions? Tell me that. Yes or no? Yes. I never expected somebody to ask over here, how long are you going to stay in Toastmasters, and get the answer as infinity and eternity. And to add to this, how innovative was the rapid fire round? And that was so filled with humor. Now, she's an experienced Toastmaster, and this is a level 5 project, mind you. So there are bound to be commendations as well. So I do have 3 points for you. One is, as a panel discussion, do not treat it like an interview. When you have a panel discussion, you can treat it as a conversation, like have back and forth with it. So it's not like you ask this question, okay, get the answer, summarize and move on. You could have made the two panelists talk to each other on one particular point. Second is set the objective or set the tone or set the theme in the meeting itself. So for example, this panel discussion, I would want to focus on leadership or communication. So set open with what you want to achieve and then conclude saying that I have achieved X, Y, Z. Lastly, I'm going to go over time, but I think this is important. So lastly, you know what we say is that we talk about, before even the speaker comes on the stage, we know about the speech. And how is that possible? Through the title, right? And what was the title of this panel discussion? The title was panel discussion. So, boring much? Or probably you had a title which was not communicated earlier because you kept saying growth catalyst, so I presume that is the title. Because even in your evaluation form, it was not mentioned in the title. So, okay. What was it title? Catalyst for growth. Okay. So I mentioned that because you kept mentioning catalyst for growth, and that you could have connected it to the second point that I said is that was the theme. So you could have brought that in the beginning that okay, my theme is catalyst for growth. So in conclusion, keep focusing on your strengths, which is audience engagement, summarizing individual points and the overall summary in the end, and having these kind of innovative questions, unique questions, rapid fire. And areas for improvement is going back and forth in the conversation so that people are felt more involved, and setting the tone in the beginning itself. So best of luck to you for further more panel discussions, and I look forward to seeing you as a panel moderator in district manager level.
Like you all can see, I'm deeply engrossed into the meeting. Okay, that was a very, very deeply observed evaluation by Toastmaster Meenakshi. Okay, now I would like to call upon our tag team members. Let us call our timer for the day, Toastmaster Shishwar.
Toastmaster Ruchi. Timing was 5 to 7 minutes, and her speech was 5 minutes 51 seconds. Then it comes table topics. First team, Toastmaster Ron, did 3 minutes 5 seconds. Then second group was 3 minutes 8 seconds. Then third group 3 minutes 27 seconds. Fourth group 3 minutes 11 seconds. Fifth group it was 2 minutes 27 seconds.
All of all.
Panel discussion. It was 55 minutes. Then evaluation. Toastmaster Ron, it was 3 minutes 49 seconds. Then Toastmaster Meenakshi, it is 4 minutes 28 seconds.
Next, I would like to call upon our counter, Toastmaster Satish.
Good evening. I am here to give a report for today's art outer. First, first people was looking here, Toastmaster Sangeeta Shoti. She has not used any grudge words. Filler, she has not used any one. For this, she didn't use any, and very is also no. Toastmaster Ruchi, she has used one grudge word, that's you know. No filler sounds. For this, short word is one short for this, and three long for this. She didn't use any phrases like this may no. Toastmaster Parita, she didn't use any clutch words, no filler words, filler sounds, no pauses, and no fills. Then Toastmaster Amruta, she has used 2 clutch words and 1 clutch word so and 1 you know. She has used filler sounds 2 times, no pauses, no fills. Toastmaster Vidya, she has not used any clutch words, no filler sounds, no pauses, and no close. This is my argument. Thank you so much.
Next, let me call upon our grammarian for the day, which is Toastmaster Harshit.
Good evening once again. There were very few improper usage in the today's meeting. Help me being a better speaker could have been used as help me become a better speaker. In the Toastmaster should have been used as in Toastmasters. Didn't have should have used as didn't have. After we always use a base form of verb. And feel little bit frustrating should have been used as feel a little frustrated. There were lots of good quotes, thoughts in today's meetings. Our area director has used a very nice Sanskrit quote on the process of overcoming fear. Panita has used adding candles to the cake, becoming a better version of ourselves. Drop dead gorgeous, which means extremely attractive. Working as a catalyst, consistency leads to the growth. Plethora of friends, which means large number of friends. Chirpy speaker. Meenakshi has used blessing in disguise, mental faculties, moving, ergonomic, which means designing something to fit body's need. Excess of everything is bad. Vidya has used prepare for unprepared moments, and Shine has used sunk into the journey. Phrase of the day used by DTM Sham and Toastmaster Meenakshi, and word of the day have been used by Toastmaster Meenakshi, DTM Sham, and again Toastmaster Meenakshi. Thank you.
Now it is time to check if you guys were really attentive throughout the meeting. So let me call upon our quiz master of the day, which is Toastmaster Gauri Shankar.
Guys, I am overwhelmed with the repeatable speeches that we have heard in the sessions. As well as I hope we have been able to create a timeless teacher for everyone as well as our guests also. So I am your quiz master and I am going to ask a couple of questions. So first of all, Toastmaster Ruchi, in which century did Razia Sultana rule? Right. Second one, it's only for the guests, TM Meenakshi Arya said, is Toastmaster a profit or a non-profit organization? It's only for the guests. That's right. The next one, guest Tyagi was which object in the table topics? Guest Tyagi, if you can stand up please, so people can. The last question, we have in the story of the train, behind which object did TM Sahil hit when he saw the knives? That's all for my side. Thank you, sir.
Wasn't that an amazing session, guys? Yes. So it's time for me to present my report on what are the things I observed and what could improve. Firstly, the meeting started on time, and that is something that Agnel always start the meeting on time, irrespective of the role players come on time or no. I have a lot of time to give feedback. Now, some of the role players did not make it on time, so I request them to come at least 15 minutes prior to the meeting. To start off with, our staff, who is Kalpana, I think she did a very energetic start. She was fully energized. Then our preceding officer, Ruchi, she did a great job, and I really like the twist you made wherein you asked the member to introduce the guest. So that was really interesting twist that you brought into your introduction. That was really nice. And thanks to our area director, Toastmaster Kailash, your speech was very inspirational, and you gave a very good brief on Toastmasters. Thank you so much for that. Toastmaster of the day, Sangeeta Shruti, I think she was flawless and she did an impeccable job of introducing everyone, hosting the entire event, getting that energy and involving each one of us into the meeting session. Next, timer Shushri. Okay, you did not read the script, so that was really nice. You tried to present it by yourself in your own words. But I just felt that because it was an open house, it would have been nice, because sometimes the timing wasn't very clear when you said it. It wasn't very clear. So you could have done a combination of reading your script and also, because it's an open house, there are a lot of guests, so it would have been nicer to do a combination of both. And especially the timing should have been mentioned clearly. Yeah, apart from that, great job to those that you made an attempt of presenting yourself without a script. Our counter Toastmaster Satish. Again, you just read the script. You did not have any kind of eye contact. Even when you're reading the script, you can read a line, look at the audience, and come back to your script. So that's something that you didn't do. You just kept reading and then you went off the stage. So I would request you next time, even when you're reading, you can present it in a better way, and also try to use your body language or use open body language. You're just standing at one place, you can make an improvement on that. For our grammarian Toastmaster Harshit, okay, you read the script. Something you could have added some element of, it's not about just reading the script, but you can add some twist to it again. So possibly the word of the day, you can ask the audience to repeat it with you so that it registers in their mind. Something creative, something innovative you could have done. But very cleanly you mentioned everything, you observed everything. So great job on that to Toastmaster. Quizmaster, I felt the quizzes were very less. You could have added more questions, and also you could have asked them to raise their hands because everyone was answering together, so that could have been everybody replied to him, so that means you all were really attentive. So very good. Ruchi Nigi, very inspirational speech. Ron has already given you an evaluation, but it was really nice to listen to you. It was a very great, good speech. And amazing evaluation by Meenakshi and Toastmaster Ron. About the panel discussion, I truly enjoyed it. I think Parita, you did an impeccable job of handling this. I think the spontaneous reactions and the questions that you threw at them, and also it was very informative by our panelists. There will be all our panelists, Sham, Meenakshi and Amruta. Very inspirational. I was literally, I think, into the panel discussion. Very well organized. Something that I wanted to tell you, that had you given little more timing for the questions from the audience, it would have been nice. I think we had very less timing for that, because I also wanted to ask a question. So yeah, that's something that you could keep in mind for the next slide. And last but not the least is our table topping master, Toastmaster Vidya. I think she's always fantastic. But she was fantastic with the ideas, the kind of creativity you brought into the Toastmasters, because I remember when we were doing the 400 meeting, we were trying to figure out a creative way of doing table topic. And I think we should have just asked you what would be the amazing session, very funny, and even everyone who came on stage they did a great job. So that's all from my end, and I hope I see our guests turn into members today, and next time when I come for the meeting, you all are present for the meeting as well. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Attention to detail, every part observed, analyzed, and evaluated for us. Let us have a huge round of applause. Toastmasters friends, I am the person guilty of starting the session, and I am going to be the person guilty of wrapping up the session now. Throughout the session, we've spoken about different types of communication, we've spoken about interaction, community. Two things we haven't spoken about. One, leadership. How do you learn leadership? Because it's written on the board outside? No, you learn leadership by two ways. This Toastmasters Club is run by a set of people. It's run by a president, vice president of education, somebody taking care of marketing, somebody taking care of PR. You learn leadership by taking up a role like this. But what is special about Toastmasters leadership? Toastmasters leadership gives you a lot of responsibility, no authority. Because nobody here is going to get fired if they don't do their job. When you learn to get things done in a voluntary organization, you can get things doubly done in an organization which gives you authority. That is the speciality of Toastmaster leadership. Secondly, Toastmasters talks of service leadership. Leadership that does not get big or does not occupy space, but rather thrives on letting others grow or by giving service. Same way you can grow in your leadership journey by taking up roles outside the club and choosing to handle 4 different clubs like Toastmaster Kailash is doing currently as the area director. This is how leadership works at Toastmasters. Now finally, are there cons to Toastmasters? Definitely yeah. There are things that are not all golden and rosy about Toastmasters. I'm going to shift my position because there are a lot of Toastmasters here, senior ones, so giving me looks like this. What exactly she will say? First and foremost, Toastmasters is a self-paced program. Nobody is sitting on your head. There is no 6-monthly exam that you're going to give, no annual exam that you're going to give. You have to be disciplined by yourself. There will be times, if you lose discipline, you're not going to do anything for 6 months. There are going to be times you're going to do a lot in 3 months. So it's a self-paced program. You want to take it as a pro, that's good. You want to take it as a con, so. Secondly, Toastmasters is a program you will get out of the more you put in. The more effort you put in, the more you talk to people, the more you network, the more you get. If you don't do anything, you are sitting on corner, all you get is sandwiches and chai. But that you get meeting after meeting. So these are the things about Toastmasters that you have to. So you can't say I took a membership, I was there for 6 months, I was sitting on a corner, I drank tea every meeting, but I didn't grow as a person. 2 things secondly, you have to put in effort for it to grow. But another con of Toastmasters is, if you put in this much effort, you will get this much support. You just have to ask and 5 people will jump up and support you. Somebody is texting you, somebody is saying you want to talk, I'll talk, somebody is guiding you on stage. So you get a lot of support, but if you show inclination. So these are the things about Toastmasters that you have to keep in mind. Having said that, if all of us have taken the effort, gotten ready, got a rake, come here, we are ready to put in the effort. So this doesn't really look like a big con to me. With that, we come to an end to our tour, and I'm not going to spare anyone. We come to an end of our tour. Madam, your ticket is to be paid, huh? You can't run away. So that was Toastmasters in a nutshell for all of us. For guests, it was new. For members, it was a revision. And I will now give the proceedings to be officially concluded and taken forward to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Richie.
That was an amazing meeting. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Let's have a full round of applause for our keynote. Now it's time for the guest feedback. Okay, first of all, the voting polls have been shared. So request everyone to please cast your vote. We will just share the guest WhatsApp group. And those who do not have, we have this scanner. Now I'd like to hear from my guest. What was your feedback on today's meeting? Let's see to this. How was the experience of today's meeting? Here is a self-paced learning program, but we are all here to help you. Yes, Lily, your experience. Sorry, I did not disturb you. Your experience. You can join in today. Join now. Right now.
I really enjoyed the session, and it was not similar to what I expected, what the difficult communication of public speaking, which was not. It was a complete different topics, right? From panel discussion, what I spoke about leadership and how leadership has impact on the player. You can do it outside.
Thank you so much. Look on for future meetings. Yeah.
So I have attended like in-person I think
I request our members not to gossip. Please listen to our guest. Yes. Gossip. Vedamshi and Vidya.
We are sitting here for the last 3 hours, and I was on fast. It went like that. It's really important job for the entire team, and I see myself being a part of this. Really a community job.
Evan, I really appreciate even if you are fasting but still here.
Ruchi, just remind everybody to do the poll now.
Okay, the voting polls have been shared. Request everyone to please cast your votes. Event is shared in the guest WhatsApp group as well. And those who do not have, we have a scanner. Let us scan it, yeah?
Everybody has voted? Yes, who has not voted? Please vote. Thank you.
Then we are 440 and most of them are over 40 at time. So I'm happy to say that when we started this club, there was there, now getting Toastmaster, Sukumar sir was there, Napa sir was there. So we invited to that day, so more all the best for getting. I also rejoined, thinking of again rejoining.
Yes. Best friend, sorry, you can introduce yourself as well.
Very inviting me, it was nice. And really appreciate everyone organizing everything. The sandwiches were really
For the next thing, you come with sandwiches.
hello everyone, Ankit here. So even Google invited me as well. Thank you so much for inviting me. So it kind of inspiration as well. If you have interest, you can join me.
Okay, I will see that the table, the topics was very creative and it was very fun to attend, and it was like we were very engaging into that, and also the panel discussion was very good as we got to know very much about the Toastmasters structure.
I felt really nice and overwhelmed by coming over here. This is my second time, and everything, all the activities I have a learning experience for. So I really enjoyed it all the way.
Yes, I
I enjoyed today's meeting very much. The discussion was very informative, and I'm thankful for you for communicating on the information you gave at your great. And the table topics were also very fun, enjoyable. Rob takes me into participating in it. I really enjoyed it, and my confidence also I can feel a little more now because I animated the table also. I see myself joining you very soon. I was
So last week I was part of Mumbai Toastmasters, and the vibe was like totally different, like what we have here.
It's better.
Oh yeah, we have yes, we have. It's like really supportive, and like people pushing me out to just to go on stage and like at least be part of the table topic. So yeah, we love that.
Thank you all the people how
suddenly got bitchy very catty.
Yes, don't be late. It's going to be lot of fun, lot of excitement. So everyone has to attend. Even guests are welcome to attend. I will share the link. And I'm very excited to share that our club is one, no? Dynamo Club Award. Let's thank you everyone for your continued support. Now, District 19 has announced that those members who renew until 15 March, they'll get some goodies. So those who have not renewed yet, please renew. And those who have already renewed will also get it. So not to worry. And I guess will join Toastmasters. Very soon. They will also get it. So everyone is eligible to get the goodies. So please don't wait. And yesterday's meeting is on 7th March. Now let's move on to the new member felicitation. We have a new member, Toastmaster Satish. So membership in Toastmasters is a privilege, and the only way to gain benefits of the program is to actively participate. Do you Toastmaster Satish promise to attend club meetings regularly and prepare all your duties to the best of your abilities? Please put your hand on the camera. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Now what do the members? Do you members of Agnel Toastmasters Club pledge to support Toastmaster Satish in his quest for self-development and promise to make his Toastmasters membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll have four results. I request the guests to please wait a couple of minutes when our guests will come. Although Toastmaster Sangeeta Shukla is already told about the Toastmasters, but still wait for a couple of minutes. Any guesses the best auxiliary role player? Best auxiliary role player. It's none other than Toastmaster Harsh. Now best role player.
Difficult.
He's none other than the Tima. Now best table topic speakers. Ron and Rajesh.
We have to go to sit.
बदला बाद में
With this, I'd like to officially announce the close of the meeting. Thank you everyone. Please join us. Join us for a group photo. Everyone has some friends, please return back.
नहीं आ रही
Bring your guests with me. Yes,
रोज रोज जाओ फोटो खींचो
Maybe.
So you're working to bridge your people should be. मैं उसके आगे देखती हूँ, कोई फायदा नहीं है। खड़े बेंच पे खड़े हो, इसलिए याद में कोई नहीं आ सकता। पीयूष बेंच पे खड़े हो जाएंगे तो चले। Just a recommendation.
दिख रहे हैं सर?
Thank you, Dr. Shan. Thank you. Selfie. Oh, वीडियो बनाई है कि बनानी है?
उसके बाद
क्या है आज? अरे सेल्फी ले लो मुझे नहीं दिव्यांग पहले फोटो खींच लो ना प्लीज
सेल्फी कर लो
कैटरिस ना टोस्ट मास्टर्स कैटरिस को
enroll today.
लेट्स से Agnel टोस्ट मास्टर्स एनरोल टुडे ठीक है
Enroll today in Agnel Toastmasters.
अरे कैसे
हम ब्रदर जैसे नहीं कर रहे हैं सही बात है
Enroll today in Agnel Toastmasters.
हो गया रिकॉर्डिंग
One, two, three, start. Yeah, proud. Selfie. Selfie नहीं आता मतलब तू भी आना चाहिए हम सब आने चाहिए न्यूज तू आए हैं हम आने चाहिए
ये बस न्यूज़ का आ गया
सीधा